Hello Rebel and welcome back to my life. So, I saw Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Actually, I've seen it twice already. Want to talk to you about it a little bit. I don't say this lightly. In fact, if you go back through my YouTube channel, I have very, very rarely said this about movies like this, but this is a sequel that, in my opinion, is far better than the first movie. Wasn't true for Thor, wasn't true for Iron Man, wasn't true for the Avengers. Definitely was true for Captain America, the Winter Soldier, but like that is the level of better than the original it needs to be in order for me to go unequivocally, this was better, and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 was that. So what made it so much better, at least in my own humble, not so humble opinion? Guardians of the Galaxy did what Captain America Civil War did. It made the story so much better and so much more involving of the audience by reducing its scope and scale. And this is one thing that Marvel movies and superhero movies in general don't tend to do super well. They tend to take their second movie and go, oh, we gotta make it bigger. We gotta spend more money and make the scope huge. Whereas on Winter Soldier, they reduced the scale of the story, and then they did it again in Civil War, and that's what they've done here in Guardians of the Galaxy. Everything is super personal, and because the scales are smaller, because it's not really that much like planetary spanning, most of the important story takes place on one world, and it's all very involved in what's going on with the characters in the story. And because of that focus, we learn more about the characters. Like Peter Quill, played by Chris Pratt, was great in the first movie, right? He was charming and funny, and he was a good guy, and you liked hanging out with him, but you didn't really learn much about him. Whereas in this one, you get so much more, and holy crap, turns out Chris Pratt can, like, really act. There's moments where I was just in the audience like, dude, emotion the heck out of that scene, why don't you? Yeah, emotion's a verb if I want it to be, have I mentioned to write books. And it also has my favorite moment in any of the Marvel films, period. It is one of the best written, the best directed, the best shot, and the best acted just moments, period. In terms of filmmaking, it is brilliant. No spoilers, but it is a conversation between Drax and Mantis where Drax is talking about his past. And the emotional reaction played by both of those characters is simply the best filmmaking we've seen in the Marvel movies, in my opinion, but oh man. Yes, I'm totally geeking out about it as a fanboy, right? Like, I'm just a super Marvel fanboy, and but I really do think that as a writer, I learned so much from it. As a storyteller, we can learn so much from it. Sometimes the best stories aren't made by just blowing everything up until it's so huge that the audience gets overwhelmed, but bringing it down to a level that the audience can't help but relate with, and they did that so well. So anyway, that's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I really do think it was better than the first one. If you haven't seen it, you gotta go see it. You gotta go see it. It's so good. I've seen it twice. I want to go see it a third time. Go see it. And that's all I've got for you today, Rebel. You can check out my last video right up there, or check out my Patreon right over there where I post my secret weekend videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on Friday. Bye!